Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to unpack this topic with you today. We are going to break down a literal masterclass in AI video generation by deconstructing a highly effective prompt layer by layer. If you've ever wondered how just a few lines of text can be engineered to generate a mind-blowing, ultra-realistic 4K cinematic film, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to look at exactly how mere words translate into these moody, jaw-dropping visual realities. Okay, let's dive into this.
Right out of the gate, listen to this quote from the prompt. The vibe is True Detective meets Seven. Now, this isn't just some throwaway line from the atmosphere instructions, right? It is the ultimate anchor. By giving the AI generator these massive, instantly recognizable cultural touchstones, the creator immediately establishes a heavy, serious, emotional weight for the entire scene. We instantly know exactly what world we're stepping into, something dark, gritty, and deeply psychological.
To really understand how this works, we're going to treat this prompt like a director's shot list. We'll quickly run through 1. The noir visual style. 2. Constructing the scene. 3. Directing the camera action. 4. Crafting the atmosphere. 5. Lighting and color. And finally, 6. The technical specs.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the noir visual style, setting the foundation.
Let's talk about chiaroscuro. It's a professional cinematography term, and this prompt uses it explicitly to call for high contrast lighting, utilizing deep, thick shadows and heavy atmospheric fog. By bringing in precise industry-standard terminology right into the text, the prompt totally bypasses any generic AI guesswork. It literally forces the engine to apply a very specific foundational visual tone right from the jump.
And this brilliantly illustrates how highly descriptive sensory language guides the AI's rendering of textures. I mean, we aren't just asking the generator for some paper and a desk. No, we are commanding it to render cold metal, wet asphalt, and grainy paper. These specific tactile words are exactly what make the image feel so incredibly real. You can practically feel the rough texture of that paper and the chill of the metal just by reading the words.
Moving right along to Section 2, constructing the scene. Basically, dressing the set.
The prompt also calls for volumetric lighting. Now, by dictating that the air in this office is thick with dust motes and swirling cigarette smoke, it does something absolutely amazing. It adds physical weight to the environment. It takes this empty digital void and transforms it into a tangible, heavy atmosphere that you feel just as much as you see.
Now, let's get into the specific props cluttering this set. The prompt lists overflowing classified manila folders, crime scene photos, and evidence bags just scattered across the desk. But here's the kicker. The crucial element tying all this chaos together is that heavy brass desk lamp, casting a pool of warm, golden light. That light serves to visually anchor the entire scene, drawing your eye exactly where the director wants it, right in the middle of all that evidence.
Okay, Section 3, directing the camera action. Time to move the lens. Let's look at how this builds into a complex visual sequence. We start with a slow, heavy dolly-in shot pointing directly toward a central folder marked Unsolved in bold black ink. Then, we dynamically reveal the thick reflection of a rainy city window caught right in the glass of a half-full whiskey bottle. Finally, the camera emphasizes the heavy, slow-moving rain streaks on that window. Seriously, we've just turned a dense block of text into a sequential, highly deliberate visual storyboard. It's so cool.
Section 4. Crafting the atmosphere. It's all about setting the mood.
I actually just want to slow down for a second and read this incredibly evocative quote straight from the prompt. The shadows in the corners of the room are pitch black and thick, as if they are hiding something. Just let that heavy atmosphere sink in for a moment. By describing the shadows as thick, and suggesting they are actively hiding something, the language doesn't just dictate a lighting setup, it dictates a psychological mood. It injects mystery and absolute paranoia directly into the rendering process.
On to Section 5, lighting and color. The visual clash. Now, what's really interesting here is the deliberate juxtaposition of these color profiles. The prompt intentionally creates a clash. On one side, we have the cold blues and steel grays pouring in from the moonlight outside, and on the exact opposite side, we have the thick amber glow radiating from the interior brass desk lamp. Emphasizing these clashing visual instructions forces the AI to create visual friction, making the final output instantly dynamic and just breathtakingly cinematic.
Finally, Section 6, the technical specs, setting the final constraints.
Let's run through these constraints. 4K resolution, 24 frames per second to capture that classic film motion, 35mm film grain, Anamorphic lens flares, volumetric smoke, hyper-realistic physics. I absolutely love this part because it proves how granular technical limits are just as crucial to the final output as the moody atmospheric descriptions we covered earlier. These parameters act as the final polish to ensure we're getting a true cinematic film rather than just a high-res digital painting.
So, after all that, how do these heavy, hyper-specific details shape the final unspoken narrative of that Unsolved folder? Think about it for a second. The clashing colors, the 35mm film grain, the thick shadows hiding in the corners. So the crucial point is that every single one of these precise, detailed building blocks works together seamlessly to tell an incredibly compelling story before a single character ever even appears on screen. It is an amazing display of how structured language directs artificial intelligence to evoke genuine human emotion. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.